Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. What do we have today? Today we have shocking ordinations. Ordinations which somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody is not very happy about, and we can guess who that person is. The person who is so full of love, who just basically hates the ancient liturgy of the Roman Church. You have figured out who that might be. This is from the Society of St. Peter, or the Fraternity of St. Peter, in Deutschland, in Germany, and in the United States. End of May and up to June, end of May, 3 priests were ordained in the United States and 10 in Deutschland, in Germany. 5 Germans and the rest from other parts of the world, and these are shocking. Why? Because the fruitfulness of tradition is for all those with eyes to see. While ordinations worldwide is going down the hill, diaconate ordinations to the diaconate are at the, I think, lowest since 2011. Traditional orders, and I'm just talking about the Fraternity of St. Peter, there's a whole bunch of them. They are ordaining, people having vocations going there. So let's go quickly. This is going to be like a 10 minutes video. Anyway, so from the Fraternity of St. Peter's German site, where they have a seminary in Wigradsbad in Bavaria. And it is the first time in their history that in Germany that a diocesan bishop, the Bishop of Augsburg, actually ordained anybody to the priesthood in their seminary. So we have the 10 deacons who were ordained as priests by the Bishop of Augsburg. So now the fraternity has 13 new priests in 2023. So, and the bishop is called Bertram Meyer, and he did the ceremony at the Basilica of Otto Buren, however you pronounce that. And the basilica was full. It had about 700 people attending the services in faithless Germany, in the Synodal Church of Germany. 700 traditional faithful Catholics attended the ordination of new priests who are exclusive to the real Roman Rite, the so-called Latin Mass. And you can see the beautiful picture there. And what happened in the U.S.? So in the U.S., we had Archbishop Lionheart, Cordileone, Salvatore Cordileone of San Francisco. He ordained 3 men to the priesthood, and they have some nicer pictures here. So we're going to go through them quickly, and there's some good news for the day today. And this, you can see here, this is actually is wrapped around the hands of the priest when they are anointed with holy oil in the traditional rite, and then the hands are come together and the band is attached around the hand. So this is one of the deacons who is going to be ordained, and this is when they're putting on the vestments, the priestly vestments, and it goes up on top of the head and then goes around the neck and wrapped around. Anyways, you can see them preparing for them to become sharers in the priesthood of Christ, to become other Christs. That is why we say, and with thy spirit, to a priest or a bishop, not to a deacon. And why do we do that? Because as I have in a video on the communion in the hand, that it's a fraud. Saint Hippolytus, I believe, talks about why do people say with thy spirit to the bishop or to the priest, because they have this priestly, the spirit of the priesthood, only them, not to the deacon. That's why we say with you otherwise. So these are the 3 men who were ordained by Archbishop Lionheart. So we can see the beautiful pictures, Cardinal Salvatore Cordileone there, offering the liturgy, and of course, see all the amount of seminarians and priests in attendance at the beautiful ceremony. Of course, we can see how barren, how dead tradition is, how heartless and a dying tree the traditional liturgy is, and the traditional faithful are. You know, that's a good contrast to this is actually an example of why uh, many, if not most, people in the hierarchy, especially in the Vatican, hate the ancient liturgy and the ancient orders, even those approved and accepted by Rome itself. Why? Because they are a demonstration of the fruitfulness of the ancient faith, the fruitfulness of the ancient liturgy, the fruitfulness of tradition, in contrast to the barrenness of the liturgical innovation of the new rite, as Pope Paul VI called his own creation. Um, so now we have 13 new priests just for the Fraternity of St. Peter. We're not talking about the Institute of Christ the King or the Institute of the Good Pastor or the traditional order in Brazil, in Campos, Brazil, and many others, traditional monasteries. So none of that is even accounted for, but I'll try to bring you reports whenever I can on what's going on. Some good news instead of lamenting the attacks of who are supposed to be our shepherds and indeed have become ravening wolves. But we keep the faith, we keep the church, we stay in the one and only Church of Jesus Christ, and we persevere. And actually, the bishop in Augsburg says to the seminaries, of course, he has to quote Pope Francis, but anyways, he tells them we cannot lose hope. We must always have hope, which is a very good reminder for all those who are holding on to the apostolic Christian faith and adhere to the apostolic see, the head see, the prime see, listed first in all the ecumenical council, that is the see of Rome, and of course, being the prime see, it has the prime bishop. Anyways, so this is my little short report about the scandalous, the shocking, the rage-inducing ordinations, rage-inducing in those who actually hate the faith. But we love the faith, we love the church, we love the truth, and that is a sign of hope for us, because the more you try to suppress us, the more you try to suppress the truth, the more you display your hatred against what is, to the eyes of even atheists, something beautiful, is a an advertisement, a promotion to tradition. Why do they hate it so much when it's so beautiful? Why do they hate these priests so badly when they are just preaching what has been taught for 2,000 years? So let's keep the faith, stay in the one Church of Jesus, and stand up for the truth, and not fear to stand up and say what needs to be said, even when we feel to be alone and are by ourselves, facing even family and friends who do not understand, who do not even seek to know what has happened in the last 50, 60 years. But with good lives, good liturgy, good priests, all of this shall be restored and tradition shall triumph. That's it. That's all. See you next time. Bye-bye.